Okay, this is stage 4, healing of the ego child with colour. Useful crystal also is aqua aura quartz. This is a big long point. Mainly they come in smaller points and clusters. Okay, we'll get straight into this. So if you are prepared for a few moments, in that preparation, take the space, which means identify with the space, and let things become still. Now initiate a mind-soul transference of consciousness. Place the soul above the head, the sphere of light. Transfer your mind into the soul and the soul into your mind. Create that two-way flow of energy. Then move directly to the ashram and the master above the soul. The angel of truth is still there. Also, your overshadowing spiritual soul. Go back to the space. Identify with the presence of the space. This is the spiritual essence of the space. Visualize an orb of light in front of you within the space. Then transfer this orb of light above the ashram. Within the orb are the colours of the rainbow. Just imagine this, plus one other. The colour magenta. Hold this focus. From the centre of the orb, there is a point of gold. Now bring a thread of that gold down to the ashram, then to the soul upon its own plane, and then to the inner child. There is one inner child, but there are 7 qualities and aspects of consciousness. So each chakra center has within it an inner child, representing the quality and aspect, the totality of the inner child, which is a manifestation of the soul child. So take the thread of gold down to each center and inner child, and then down to the earthly child. You are familiar with the chakras now, so take it down from soul to crown and through all the rest, down to the earthly child. You have now created the channel. Time to bring the colours out of the orb. It is now dropping each colour into the appropriate centre. Magenta is the soul upon its own plane, followed by violet into the crown, indigo the brow, blue the throat, green the heart. You can place pink there if you wish. Yellow the solar plexus, orange the sacral, red into the base, and down to the earthly centre, the earth child. Now on its descent, the rainbow's lost none of its colours. It just gave the energy of the colours to each centre. The rainbow now sits beneath your feet. The technique now is to transmute the ego child. So focus upon the crown and the inner child of the crown. The inner child is violet in colour. Is there an ego child present? What colour is the ego child? Once identified, The angel of truth brings you your positive healing word to your inner child. This energy of the words changes the colour of the ego child and what it represents. You may gain insight into what it represents or not. This could happen in any of the other centres. And the ego child turns into the colour of the inner child. Then move to the brow and the inner child within the colour indigo. Is there an ego child? What is its colour? The angel of truth brings your inner child the energy of your word for the brow. The inner child uses this energy to transform the colour of the ego child and what it represents to the colour of the inner child, indigo. Now move to the throat and focus upon your inner child within the colour blue. Do you sense an ego child? What colour does it represent? The angel of truth brings to your inner child the energy of your positive healing word. Your inner child transforms the colour of the ego child, what it represents. To the heart centre now, colour is green. Pink may be present. Your inner child is there. Is someone else's there? The angel of truth brings to your inner child your positive healing word. The inner child transmutes the colour of the ego child to the colour of the inner child. Focus now to the solar plexus and the inner child within the yellow. Is there an ego child? Upon the energy of truth comes your word. Your inner child receives this word and transmutes the colour of what the ego child represents to the colour of yellow. Then move your focus to the sacral centre and the inner child. The colour is orange. Sense if anyone else is present. On the energy of truth comes your word. It is given to your inner child who transforms the ego child. Then move down to the base chakra. Colour is red. The inner child is there. Is there an ego child present? Truth brings your inner child your word. Words carry power, and this transforms the ego child and all it represents. And finally, for this descent down to your earthly child, is there anything else there that requires the earthly child's attention? The energy of truth now goes to your earthly child, who wields this energy for transmutation. So you've now arrived at the earthly centre. Time to finish this approach So focus upon the earthly child to your soul child and ponder the results of this meditation.